Fossil hunting and collecting with Chris. Digging fossils, finding fossils.
But now we have a nice separation. And who knows what else will be inside. Oh my God. I could not have planned that better. I mean, if I was trying to plan it. Look at this. Hello, and welcome to Fossil Hunting and Collecting with Chris. Today I want to do something that I've been waiting to do for a long time. I've had viewers that asked me to show some fossil preparation. We've done lots of fossil hunting, we've gone to shows, but we haven't done a lot of prep work, and partly because that takes a lot of setup. Had to go ahead and set up machines, a work area in the backyard, need nice weather for it, but finally have the conditions right to finally do the prep work. We're going to be doing a lot of work this time on eldritch ops and other trilobites from the Penn Dixie site, as well as some other fossils that I've accumulated over the past 2 years or so. Now there's really two types of prep work that the fossils need. First is what I call the bulk prep work, basically taking large rocks, cutting out the fossils just so we have a nice manageable sized rock to work with. So what I'm going to be doing in this episode and maybe one more is the bulk prep work, just separating the fossils from the larger rocks. And then later on I'll be going on to the fine prep work. We'll be using dental drills and other tools to do fine work and make some hopefully professionally prepared fossils for you to see. So I'll be doing this 2 steps. First the bulk work, then in another video the fine work. Thank you so much for watching. Now just kick back and I'll do all the work for you. Enjoy. Hi everybody, welcome to Fossil Hunting and Collecting with Chris. Now I promised a couple of my viewers who have been asking to show some preparation, and I finally got set up to do that, or at least I'm in the process of doing that now. So I set up this little work area. The work area is just a part of my backyard that is a bit lower than average, and I have all these rocks set up on a couple of tables. Some of these are from the Dig with the Experts at Penn Dixie. Some of these are from the Search for the Golden Trilobite BTB site. They're from different sites that I've collected and haven't had the time to properly prepare. Well, the summer is here, have a little bit more time than usual, so I'm going to be preparing all these fossils that were collected over the past more than 2 years. So I'll be going through all of these, plus many more on the porch to bring back here. Now the reason I'm doing this in a low point in the yard is that I'm going to be throwing all the scraps right on the ground over here. And the scraps are going to help fill in the low area. I'm going to throw some topsoil on top of it after I'm done, and it'll kind of raise the elevation of this low point in the yard. So over here under a tarp is where I have the fossils that I'm going to be working on. And I've set up on the picnic table in the sun the table that I'm going to be doing the cutting on. Now the reason why I'm doing this in the back, not underneath the tarp, 2 reasons. One, don't want the mud splashing up all over the tarp because the saw can do that. And the other reason is I'm going to be filming a lot of this, and I want to have enough lighting so you can see the fossils really well. So I'll be doing the cutting in the sunlight in the back so you can see it well, and the tarp over there will be protecting the fossils as I work my way through them, bringing you into showing the special stuff as it gets prepared. Oh, and this whole setup is conveniently located by the pool, so when it gets too hot, I can jump in there and cool off after working on these rocks. Okay, so I'm going to start now with the prepping. I'm going to start off small with a piece that's fairly easy. Now, if you look at the saw setup that I have, you can see that the saw only has a very limited area or very limited height that I can use with the guard. And most of the pieces are going to be thicker than that. Well, this one over here that I'm going to start off with has 2 nice trilobites from Penn Dixie. What I'm going to do is try to separate. See, there's a crack running behind it. So this piece looks like it might come off. I'm going to do it from the back, away from it, because I don't want to break up through the fossil or prematurely. So I'm going to start by doing it away from the fossil. And who knows, maybe something else will show up inside this rock. I'm going to start tapping it right back here. And tapping it with the hammer did get it to crack. Sorry I couldn't show you that, but I couldn't do that one-handed. But now we have a nice separation. And who knows what else will be inside. Oh my God. I could not have planned that better. I mean, if I was trying to plan it, look at this. Have the two, well, actually, it's not even them. There's another one over here. There's a trilobite here. There's the two that I was digging out. And underneath was a full prone trilobite. Wow, another great trilobite. So you never know. This is why you take home stuff and prep it at home. This kind of stuff would have got damaged or destroyed if I tried to do it at the site. But another really nice trilobite. That's going to prep out nice. Look at that. Here's the negative of the fossil that I just found, trying to keep it dry. And over here, we have those two fossils, two trilobites, plus the other cross-section of one on the edge here. This next piece has a very nice enrolled trilobite. So I'm going to try to go ahead and do something very similar to last time. It's a little bit thick for putting underneath here, but the layers are, looks like they'll separate fairly easily. So I'm going to hit kind of far away, down here maybe, try and break it, and try to keep that trilobite together. So I'm going to start by hitting pretty far away. I'm going to try and separate different layers that may come apart. And always check. Oh, look at that. Something there. Maybe a cephalopod. Not sure what I'm looking at. I'm always going to check as I do this, because more fossils may be revealed. Here we go. Nice big crack. Going to try and gently separate it, keeping the part with the trilobite together. And also watching for new finds as I do this. All right, the rock's kind of coming apart, so I can pull this up. So here we go. There's the enrolled trilobite that I can work on more carefully. The other rock has a pygidium of a small trilobite, nothing else obvious. What's this coming off here? Ooh, look at this, broke this off. Have a little trilobite head. Don't know if that's going to be a head or more to it. I'll put that one aside and look at that one later. So here we have a trilobite pygidium. I don't think there's going to be much more here besides the pygidium, but I'm going to cut it anyway and take a closer look after cutting it. And so here we go. Nice trilobite pygidium. Probably that's all it's going to be, but we'll look at it later. So here's another interesting piece. It has the trilobite head over here, cephalon. Looks like a whole body of a trilobite over here. So I'm hoping the whole thing's enrolled there. And it's also kind of thick. There's more to it. Looks like there's also something on the back here. Might just be a horn coral, not sure. But I'm going to cut off these trilobites right here and then break up this afterwards and see if there's anything else good inside it. Alright, so now I have this nice interesting piece that may have, well, it does, looks like it probably has at least one full trilobite on it to work on later on. And I can also break up the rest of that now to see what else might be in this very fossiliferous material. All right, so carefully breaking up that rock helped me find this little enrolled guy. We have this nice little enrolled trilobite I found by breaking up that rock a little bit more. So this is another good argument for prepping stuff at home. Get to find more fossils when you do it. Take your time and do it carefully at home. All right, so here's another rock that has a nice trilobite. Looks like it's probably full. Another head or something over here. But it's too thick to put under the saw. But fortunately, it also has a lot of cracks and splits. So it looks like I can break this down a little bit without hurting the fossil. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try and tap over here. Knock the back off a little bit. Oh, look at that. We have a trilobite, sadly a damaged one. What's underneath? Here's the rest of it. See what I can do to save that guy. Oh, and look at this. It's separated, and we have another trilobite. Look at this guy. Another really nice one. I think I'm finding as many, if not more, by breaking this up as I am in the rocks the reasons I took these home for in the first place. So ladies and gents, at this time I just wanted to ask, if you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the thumbs up. More importantly, if you haven't done so, please go ahead and hit the notification bell, so this way you'll know when more of these fossil hunting videos show up. I plan on releasing a bunch more this summer and going into the fall as well. So thank you so much for watching this film, and now back to the show. And here's the other one that I tried to save, the one that's already was damaged. All right, finally ready to cut this large piece now. Gotta go get my goggles. So the reason I cut it straight across the middle is I also wanted to save the negative of this trilobite. Here we go, those two trilobites, the reason why I brought this one home in the first place. Very similar circumstance as before. Had two trilobites on a very thick piece, but it's also very layered. Looks like it'll come apart easy, and it's too thick to put under the tile saw. So I'm going to try to separate the layers just like before. And hoping that there might be more finds inside, just like before. Well, piece broke off. Luckily, no finds on the piece that broke off. Looks like I'm starting to get some nice separation. Gonna keep that going. Okay, it's trying to keep this in camera as well. The piece is breaking up. Luckily not through the fossil though. Looks like the back is getting ready to separate. Open it up. Well, nothing apparent on the inside, but we still have our two trilobites that we knew about to dig out. Oh, here we go. Here's a little fossil. Here's a little trilobite. So we did get an enrolled one. So here's the little enrolled one. And we are still just about doubling our finds during the prep work. All right, I'm gonna cut our main piece out, and then afterwards we can take a look and see if there's anything else in the rest of the rock. So here is the little trilobite. Back broke off too, so it's a very small piece now, very manageable, which is awesome. And there's more to check to see if there's anything else inside the rest of the rock. I'll bring you in if there is. All right, so now we have a piece with a bunch of partials. We got 1, 2, 3 partials there. We have a head over here. What I'm gonna do is first separate the back. Looks like the back's already ready to come apart. See if there's anything else in there, and then see how to cut this piece up. Right. Well, the way this thing came apart, it actually left these 3 trilobites pretty close together. I'm going to not work on that part anymore. Breaking up the rest, we'll see if there's anything else in here. Pygidium, but nothing full. All right. I don't think there's going to be too much. Oh, is that Pygidium more than a Pygidium? I think there might actually be more inside this one. I'm going to put that one aside. And I will cut out these 3 partials. I think that's all they're going to be, but it is something interesting going on there. So I'm going to take a closer look at this after I cut it out. Alright, so now we have these 3 partials cut out. I'm going to take a little closer look through the scraps. And because I saw other bits and pieces, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So I'll bring you in if we find anything else. Found this little guy. Don't know if it's going to be complete or not. But this is why I took my goggles off to take a look and see if there's anything else in here. So here's a block. The only reason I brought this home a year or 2 ago is because of the partial green upscale, which isn't a whole lot, but very good layer. Looks like it's Smoke Creek, and if I break this up, chances are I'll find more. So here's that green upscale. Gonna put that aside. A little partial, looks like a partial green ups down here too. Keep going. I'm going to do some horn corals on the side. Try to avoid hitting those. Oh, look at this. All right. So here's that green ops tail. Here we have a trilobite head, a fairly big one. So it looks like there's a Trilobite in there. Sadly a little bit damaged. I don't know if I can find the rest of that, fix it. So I think what I'm going to do is actually make separate videos for the fine prepping and for the bulk prepping like I'm doing now. Because you tend to do them both separately. One thing you do on a tile saw and the other you do with dental drills. So completely different setup. So I'll do 1 or 2 videos of this type of prep work and then 1 or 2 videos of the fine work. I think that's going to be pretty much it for that piece, but that piece gave us quite a bit. Can't complain about that. Right, another very similar block here. We have a full Trilobite this time, nice puffy full one. Got a head over here, a damaged one there, but too big for the tile saw, so I'm gonna try to break off some of the back, see if there's anything else as we do that. Oh, big piece came off. We have a big horn coral right underneath. Interesting. All right, looks like I didn't make any other finds, but it looks like it's thin enough to get underneath the tile saw now. Alright, after sawing that, this little piece was ready to pop off. So I have that little Trilobite and also save that other little head. Really hard to see right now, we're losing the sunlight. There it is, that little head. That might also be another Trilobite in there, or just a head, we'll have to see. Okay, have a couple little head, possibly a full Trilobite, and the thorax and tail section over here, another horn coral. So I'll cut this out, and this one might be worth prepping as well. Trilobite head, Trilobite body, and even a horn coral on this little piece. Now this rock is an interesting case. 1, 2, 3 Trilobites showing there, but wait, there's another one here, and looks like more underneath here. So this one I'm not going to cut right now. I'm going to actually start prepping it before cutting, just to see how far this depth assemblages goes, because there could be, you know, half a dozen or more Trilobites in here, and if I cut it before looking at it, I might cut off, you know, part of this fossil. So this one I'm going to really have to examine closely before cutting. So I'm going to put this one aside. Here's a similar piece. Sorry it's so dusty and dirty. It's been sitting on my porch for a couple of years. Now I'm finally getting ready to take care of this. We have one Trilobite there, another there, another there, a tail here. The back is starting to separate, and considering how full of Trilobites this is, I might want to look at this before cutting. All right, so looking at this, don't really see any reason to hold off further. So I'm going to cut here, and try and keep the rest together. See how that goes. All right, so kind of an odd shaped piece, but have all the trilobites from there down through here that seem to be on this piece that can be prepped out, and hopefully this will come out nice. Looks like about 4 or 5 on this one. This little piece just has one and an imprint of a second one there. I'm gonna cut it out, and just a minor piece, but so another trilobite head here sticking out, might be whole. Nice big crack, so hey, maybe it's gonna give us some more trilobites. Or maybe not. Nothing apparent, but I will cut out the one trilobite that I do see. All right, so cut out the trilobite, and look at this. There's the reverse of it. We have the whole trilobite, and there we go. There's the negative of the tail. Hope you can see that. So this is really nice. Have the trilobite and the tail. That came out well. Now I'm going to go back to this one we started with earlier, because I do know what I want on this one. And then we can break up the rest afterwards, but that is such a good trilobite. Such a nice spontaneous on-camera find. Really happy about this. And I want to cut this out before it gets too late. Here we go, have the fossil that I wanted, that really nice trilobite. That's a surprise find. Hopefully this will come out very nice. So this piece came out really nice, and hopefully it'll look even better after I do the fine prep on it. Very nice, spontaneous find. And now I can even break up the rest of this rock, which as we know has been very fossiliferous. Oh yeah, we have a nice little trilobite right there. Very nice. And another, look at this. The more I break this rock, the more I find. I'm loving it.
Fossil hunting, der Gelenkten mit Chris. Digging fossils, finding fossils. Paleontology, Trilobite, science and evolution. Devoted, on the vision, carry on, taking those fossils.